Hi there, it's me. It's Mike Makowski, and we're gonna do some more space stuff here. Good evening. I got a static camera, so you're not gonna see much of me, but you want to see models. So let's go right into it. It's the Manned Orbiting Lab, and what have we done this week? Well, here we are. I've been waiting for the replacement part for this other quadrant, and here it is. It came, and it fits much better. The length is about right. It's a smidgen off, but fixable. And you can see it's a little warped, but that's because the other stuff was warped, so we'll play with that, but it'll fit there. It's workable. We'll make it work. So anyway, so I've got that. While I was waiting for that to come in, finished up the interior. In fact, just tonight I put some foil in here. I covered up that real nice pretty tripod, which you can see with foil. And there, maybe you can see from that end. And because there's a blanket in there. There's a little bitty mirror. Oh, where's my little bitty mirrors? I don't know. There's the back of one here, and I'm going to glue another one in there eventually. I got the telescope assembly back here made, and all this junk with foam board and cardboard and stuff. So what's going to happen here, this is going to go in here. Oh, actually, even before, when I eventually glue that on, you're going to have, hi there, a mirror that's going to go on the back of this. See, a little piece of foil. I'm going to put that on there. So when you look inside, you can actually see in there. It's all going to be dark. It'll be a mirror. And another piece here is going to go on the thing here. But anyway, as I was saying, the second part here is going to go on there, and it lines up something like that, and it'll be something like this. It'll be lovely. Now, if you notice, one of the problems I had, you see some holes here, and you see these clever little inserts. Well, that's because it comes with this lovely stand like this with some posts that's supposed to sit there, and I thought, it's okay, but we can do better than that. So I found a old curtain rod twisty thing, nice acrylic post, and I got a piece of tubing and drilled some holes, one here and one on this side. You can see inside there some piece of tubing, and anyway, it'll just sit in there, and we'll put it on a board, and it'll be all pretty and little fancier position, but had to put an insert so it holds up. So that's in there. But anyway, I was drilling this out on the bottom, because this is the bottom where the camera aperture is. And I noticed, oh, look at that. Here are the I wanted to make sure this didn't line up with the quadrants, because here's the thing. There's a thruster package, on the bottom. Wait a minute, the thruster packages aren't on the bottom. So what I discovered was the joints of these pieces are such that here's the thruster quadrant. And it's not, this is supposed to be, the main axes, but it's not even in the middle of one of these. It's offset. So the middle is like going right through the middle of this. So this is like supposed to be, God, I don't know, that's the top. Okay, that'd be the top. And so it's 45 degrees or more off. In any case, I screwed up, This is not the bottom. This is the center line of the bottom. So I think, crap, what am I going to do? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue all this together. And when this is all glued together, I'm going to get my handy dandy razor saw and cut this front piece off here, right at this position. And then glue it back on, rotate it around where it's supposed to go. So that's the brakes. So anyway. So I got the lovely thing here, and I put a little more paint on the piece that goes in there, and the mirror. You saw that last time. So that'll go in there. This is getting pretty close now. I've got all the crap in there that I wanted to show. So, and besides, it's going to be on the bottom. You're going to have to pick it up to look at it, so I don't really care how fancy it is. It's just that it's there, and you look at, ooh, look, mirror's cool. Anyway, so the next thing now that this paint dry, I can start putting this together and cleaning this all up. And then I'll cut that off, rotate it, put that on. Meanwhile, it turns out there's another thing that's going on. There's pictures, like in this picture here of the wind tunnel model, at the bottom there's actually an EVA hatch, which was also a hatch for re-entry vehicle film capsules, and a smooth area on these notches. And of course, it's not on the kit. So that's going to, and of course, neither are these fairings for the tracking cameras. So I'm not even, and they're going to be here, you can see on the drawing. So I started sketching in where that's going to go. So that's going to go somewhere in here. So that means I got to carve out all the little funny bumps here and put in some kind of a circular hatch, which will probably be a thin sheet of styrene that I'll shape to match this curvature and put it on there and clean all that up. So that's going to be one of the next things I'll do in between while the glue and putty is setting up for this assembly. So that's where that's coming along. The interior here is all looking good. Finally going to get ready to close this out, put that all together. It's going to be awesome. And then while I was waiting for that to dry, or the part to come in, I did the decals on the Gemini. So of course I had to do all the little shingle markings, so you can see all the little tiny red markings. I had to cut each one off apart individually, of course, because they're not spaced correctly. Isn't that awesome? Some lovely U.S. Air Force decals. The main stripe, the little red rim around the heat shield area. And I had to trim off the front because it's just a plain white nose. I got to paint the nose section here to match that up. So I can do this while other stuff is happening. So it's coming along. That's going to look cool, you know. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Look at that. Ooh, Gemini. And ta-da-da-da-da-da. Ooh, cool. Anyway, that's where we are today, January 20th. And you're doing this Friday night because I got a whole bunch of things going on this weekend. And won't be able to squeeze this in, but I missed last week, so I thought I'd do a video tonight. And keep an eye on pictures on Facebook. And I'll try to get all the pictures on the Space in Miniature site, because they're kind of scattered on my home site, my personal page, which is really not where I wanted to put them. But I started, and so I kind of stuck with that. So we'll fix that, and we'll have this coming together. You'll see it, and we'll do another video sometime soon. Thanks very much.